Hey everyone, how you doing? How's your day? What's up? Glad you could come by. Nice of you to stop in. Great seeing you again. Or should I say, hello. Welcome to third grade reading today. Today we're going to discuss formal and informal language. Well, I did that for a reason. I I started my conversation with you. I'm sorry, allergies today. With you two different ways. And the first way I started talking to you was an informal way. Just talk to you like, hey, we're friends and we teacher maybe, but let's feel comfortable, let's feel welcome. And then I switched it up and I greeted you in a more formal way. I said, welcome to our reading class today. Today we're going to talk about formal and informal language. Two different ways that we talk or two different ways that we can write depending on the circumstances that we need. Well, in the story, The Journey of Oliver K. Woodman, which is written in all different letters on Oliver's journey um, from um, South Carolina to California, the letters are written in different ways, right? So what I want to do is read through what it says on page 297 of your textbook, Formal and Informal Language. Right? You can follow along. You can grab your textbook. You can just read along with me. That's okay. Either way, just put it in here. Okay. So it says formal and informal language. Formal language sounds serious and polite. The words are exact and carefully chosen. Informal language is more relaxed and it's how friends talk to each other. Written language can be formal or informal. In the journey of Oliver K. Woodman, some of the letters are informal and sound like people speaking. Some examples are words like hung out, the guys, and poor fella. Other letters use more formal language, such as distinct pleasure. Right? You've got both kinds in the story. And then you've got some letters that kind of both way. We don't have any clear words that tells you that it's informal language and clear words that tells you it's formal language, but sometimes you need to take into account the people that are writing the letters, who's writing it, who they're writing to. Okay. For example, let's go back to the beginning of the story. Okay. Okay. And Oliver our story starts out with the little girl Tamika. We see a picture of her handing a letter to the mailman. And it's written May 10th in Red Crest, California. Dear Uncle Ray, please come to visit us this summer. We will go camping. We will swim and catch fish. You are my favorite uncle. Please say you will come. Love, Tamika. Right? So Tamika is in California, right? Red Crest, California. And obviously, Uncle Ray is somewhere else. Well, Uncle Ray is her uncle, but this isn't really formal. It's more informal, where she says, "You are my favorite uncle." Right? We would typically do that in a letter to a relative or maybe a friend. You're my best friend. Okay? Those are informal ways of speaking. Right? And then Uncle Ray writes a letter back to her. Again, being Uncle Ray is her uncle, he's going to speak in a way that is like, they're relatives or friends. So he's in South Carolina. It says, Dear Tamika, I'd love to come to California, but I can't. I will be building kitchen cabinets for some new apartments all summer. But maybe my friend Oliver will come to visit. Love, Uncle Ray. Okay? So Oliver, here he is building Oliver. This is kind of informal. He's writing to his niece, somebody he knows, and it's a friendly kind of a letter. All of these being letters, having the important parts of a letter, you have your greeting, your closing, your signature, and of course your body of your letter. Let's take it one more here. All right, so now Uncle Ray has Oliver built, and he's getting him set up with his backpack. And in his backpack, he puts a letter. That letter says, Dear Traveler, I am going to see Tamika Schwartz, 370 Park Avenue, Red Crest, California, 95569. So there's her address. Please give me a ride and help me get there. If you don't mind, drop me a note to my friend Raymond Johnson. 111 Story Lane, Rock Hill, South Carolina, 29730. He wants to keep up with my travels. Thanks, Oliver K. Wooden. Now, what about this one? Do you think this is formal or do you think this is informal writing? Take a second, think about it, and look for some clues in the letter. Again, think about who's writing, who's he writing to. Right? So I think here that this is kind of on the formal side writing because he doesn't know, Uncle Ray doesn't know when he's making this letter that's supposedly from Oliver, he doesn't really know who it's going to go to. So it's kind of on the formal side, but not really strong, but not really informal. And here's a clue where he says, please give me a ride and help me get there. And then he says, if you don't mind, drop a note to my friend. Drop a note. Right? It doesn't say write a letter. It says drop a note. Right? So he's kind of telling them what to do. And by saying drop a note, kind of being a little on the informal side, but yet he's giving all the information that he needs. The address he needs to send it to, where he's going, and that's giving it in a very formal way because he's telling the whole address. So we've got kind of both in this letter. He's trying to be very kind of comfortable and formal with it because he doesn't really know who the letter is going to be, who's going to be reading his letter. Um, but he has to give important information in that letter by giving Tamika's address and giving Uncle Ray's address. You need to keep up with that and with his travels. Right? Now, there are other letters in this story that are clearly informal letters, and letters in this story, or a letter in the story, that is clearly a formal type of letter. What I want you to do is you have to decide which letter is an informal letter. So you're going to tell me like the letter to Tamika from Uncle Ray, or the letter um, from the Claremont sisters, or the letter from one of the other people in the story. And tell me if it's formal or informal. Tell me why you think it's informal. So give me some clue words. What's in that letter that makes you think it's formal or informal? Right? I hope that's kind of clear. So that's going to be in your assignment today for you to do. Okay? Take a look back through the letter now. How does that apply to our writing and our opinion writing? It applies directly. So in our opinion writing, it depends on who our audience is. If our audience is our friends, we're going to write in a more informal way, that as if we're talking to our friends and giving them reasons for why we believe what we believe. But if our writing is going to go to our parents, we probably want to be a little more formal and a little more impressive with our reasons too. So even in our opinion writing, we're deciding whether you're going to use informal or formal type of words to write. So there is a connection between the two and what we're doing, right? I hope this helps. Hopefully you learned a little bit about this and we can apply it to our writing, right? Have a great day, guys. It's my informal sign out. See you soon.